Hi everyone, my name is Shan from Universiti Sains Malaysia, under the PhD student, under Associate Professor Dr. Shankar and Dr. Rajendran. My title for the conference paper is The Importance of Talent Farming Towards a Strategic Agility in the Post-Pandemic Era, a perspective of SMEs in the manufacturing sector. The study highlights the importance of talent towards the incline to study agility in the post-pandemic era, which necessity and organizations to send and foresee and forecast trend in a dynamic business landscape with a timely response with adequate initiative moves. Malaysian business landscape has its own challenges since earlier time. Since 2000 to 2016, Malaysia faced business disruption due to technology disruptions readiness, especially in IR 4.0. Then under the administration of Trump, the impact of US China trade war is impacted Malaysia, as Malaysia is a trading nation. Then last year, the global outbreak, pandemic, pretty much put the global economy standstill for a while. Now we talk about post-pandemic, where we are in the midst of recovery. The government's the effect of pandemic accelerated the digitalization in this country. Especially, so government putting a lot of readiness and efforts for SME to be more resilient, as we saw SME face so much challenges during pandemic. Nevertheless, most of the companies today are in the midst of recovery, and they also kind of wait and see due to the political uncertainty and de-globalizations to more regional trends. At the same time, any crisis and a problem, there's always a new opportunity. But this new opportunity of post-pandemic require specific core competency in terms of knowledge, skills, and ability. Malaysia, in the early days, the backbone of business, backbone for GDP is manufacturing. Malaysia used to be a global manufacturing center of excellence until a point where China became more competitive. Manufacturing tend to migrate a lot to China. And that during that period, till before pandemic, service sectors in Malaysia exceed the manufacturing. Nevertheless, in the pre and post pandemic, we saw manufacturing become more resilient than compared to the service sector, able to sustain jobs in terms of job security majoritarily, but at the same time also create new jobs in the area of related to semiconductors. SME is always a backbone for any country, GDP and economies. So do Malaysia. 98.5% business established in Malaysia are SMEs. Nevertheless, manufacturing tend to create a lot of jobs, even though it's only 5.3% of the SMEs. 68.1% supply directly to large foreign firms in Malaysia. There was a study in survey 2020 by the Department of Statistics Malaysia under the Ministry of Economic Affairs on the effect of COVID-19 on the economy and company business firms. There were three main challenges related to cash flow in terms of paying salary, rental payment when there's no customer. 42.5% company and a firm required more than 6 months to recover. 53.4% company and firm able to survive 1 to 2 months only. The source of finance for most of the organization tend to be 68.9% comes from its own saving to accumulate operating costs and working capital. Rest comes in the form loan, capital injection. During pandemic, a lot of people work from home. There are cases where company been given approval, but nevertheless they reduce working hours and unpaid leaves. There are some cases in small 3.8% employees were terminated due to cost reduction because the business closed. In short, the effect of pandemic on the SMEs is basically lack of operation cash flow, drop in demand for product and services, business closure, and reduction opportunity to meet new clients. And they also have issues in changing business strategies to offer alternative products and services. In short, lack of strategic agility. There was a study done, few studies on SMEs during pandemic last year and even this year, in terms of, and many demonstrated in studies that SMEs performance tend to be not so much resilience and low performance due to lack of strategy agility. Many of them could not see this coming and does not have foresight in the future business directions. So a new mindset, a context of strategy agility in terms of sensing, decision, and implementation needed timely to tap on the new norm of opportunity under the post-pandemic. So in summary, better sustainability and enhanced SME performance is essential organization to focus strategic agility. So as highlighted earlier, pandemic accelerated the digitalization. Nevertheless, SME performance still far away from readiness to digitalization due to limited skill and knowledge in manufacturing, especially in the digital. And also strategy development to respond on remote working or business through e-commerce. Before even pandemic, there's always a challenge in the gap skill mismatch for Industry 4.0. Even the skills that have is only in terms of talent war due to less demand versus the supply. I mean, high demand but versus the lack of supply of skilled workers, which is always the biggest concern of a manufacturer because you have to compete in talent war against the big MNCs, especially for SMEs. SMEs, due to lack of funding, they do not have a specialist staff for looking at strategy and long-term planning. This leads to a lack of strategy internal alignment. A disruption of talent management demands a new design thinking and HR competency. As an organization unable to reinvent the existing talent management practice in a sustainable way. So in short, the disruption of talent management for a new crop of digital talent inclined to strategy agility for better sustainability. So the research paper based on these findings, this kind of research gap, have been focused on the talent management enhancement towards introducing a novelty of talent farming to incline to strategic agility. Some of the definition of key terms in terms of strategy agility, talent farming, talent harnessing, talent acquisition, talent retention, talent replacement are the main focus on key terms. So talent farming was introduced in, for this paper, the research, where all the four dimensions such as talent harnessing, talent acquisitions, talent retention, and how the talent replacement works in a strategic agility. A paper was accepted in February 2021, recently, on the talent farming. So for the paper, for this research, theoretical framework based on ITAP model, particularly in the focus on the P for employee in terms of talent, it's how relationship influencing the strategy agility in terms of sensing, decision, implementation, based on underpinning theory, dynamic capability. The conceptual framework, as you can see, and these are the respective hypotheses formulated based on this conceptual framework. The research methodology based on correlational type investigation, unit analysis, organization sample technique is convenient, purposely non-random method. Time of survey were done in October to December 2020. The data collection method based on quantitative method using email and web-based survey tool. A population sampling based on SME manufacturing, which is a population of 47,698. Sample size 84 had been identified based on the recommendation of Green 1991 on the 4 predictor. These are the written questionnaire about total of 62 questions. Before questionnaire was distributed, a meeting face-to-face between the experts in industry within the ecosystem SME was conducted, and also a meeting with the academician for universities also consulted on in terms of English and the grammatic error check. With that approval and consensus, a pilot test of 30 was conducted. Result was favorable in terms of validating and reliability to allow to move the next stage. This is a finding. A survey of 510 was distributed and response rate was 149. The finding, the finding was the talent retention has significant positive influence on the strategy agility. So do talent replacement has significant positive influence on the strategy agility. However, based on the importance of performance metric analysis, IPME, it shows that all 4 dimensions under talent farming does influence performance. So with that, with the conclusion, the finding reveals the talent retention and talent replacement have significant on the strategy agility, while talent harnessing and talent acquisition has no influence on strategy. However, based on the IPM results, all 4 talent farming dimensions are equally important. This reflects on the situation outcome during pre or post pandemic. This enables more further research in terms of case study and further exploration. The empirical analysis and the conceptual framework make an important contribution towards the theoretical in the area of talent towards the strategy agility to support and manufacturing SMEs in the post-pandemic era. This further enhanced the ITOP model, strategy agility model, and dynamic capability theory. Finally, the novelty of the study lies in the highlighting importance of the strategy agility alignment with talent farming for post-pandemic era, which demand a new skill set that does not exist yet in large. Or it's also allow a self-reliance of talent war against the MNCs, a big, larger organization for SMEs. It's an important contribution towards the practitioner and policy making to support manufacturing SME in the post-pandemic era for more effective and result-oriented. With that, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to present the conference. I hope it's resourceful. With that, I wish you all a safe always.